The clashes between college campus demonstrators and police reaching new heights. Today, President Biden condemning violent, disruptive protests.
Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. Threatening people, intimidating people, instilling fear in people is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect, back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Hey, man, talking about these so-called protests, man, and I came across this article, of course, from NBC News, man. Over 2,000, so they say, people have been arrested nationwide in these so-called protests, man. And then you had your boy, the leader of Babylon the Great. That's as fluent, all right, and clear I've ever heard him speak, man. And this is all in relation, man, to us realizing what we're part of, and that being serving Yahweh Hashem Shah. Amen. It comes with persecution, all right, and we know and we can feel it, that we're coming into the belly of the beast, if you will, man. We can all feel it, that this is it, all right. And eventually, you know, they're gonna flip the narrative over to us, man. You know, if you've seen some of these news articles, and people that's hopping on these on this camera saying stuff, it just seems like they're just, you know, making up shit. Let's just keep it real. You can feel it. The people of Babylon the Great kind of realize, and you know what, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of these so-called students, they don't look like they're probably students, man. So it's all just propaganda, really, to persecute the men and women of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. All right. So we'll get into this, man. This is Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you. And that word revile goes into criticize in an abusive or angrily insulting manner. All right. So the Lord Malaki Hawashah is telling us, you know what? Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And this is what we're seeing, man. Now, when the men, certain men, all right, that have the truth, go out on the highways and byways, and we're not breaking windows, etc., but it doesn't matter, all right. The fact that we're out there and we're telling the truth, just like you heard your boy say, it's illegal. So, you know, the acts of going out in public and speaking, especially lifting up our voice like a trumpet, it's gonna be looked down upon, man. And then they're gonna make up a whole bunch of stuff, and then they're probably gonna try to splice videos. All right, we seen your boy Vocal Malone doing, you know, video splicing and all that old shit. All right, but hey, man, this is a part of what the Lord signed us up for, and this is a harsh reality of serving the Lord, man. All right, let's go to 2 Timothy. And now we pray and hope for the best, man. But at the same time, as men, first and foremost, we hope and pray for the best, but we got to be prepared for the worst. And that worst, man, we're just gonna keep it real, you know, with ourselves and, you know, our Archeum in the Aquath, man. All right. The worst is definitely gonna be getting tortured and put to death, man. Who are we kidding? You know, getting thrown in prison, you know, starved, tortured, and put to death, man. I mean, that's what, you know, the worst of the worst they can do to us, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashah. Now we pray that the Lord lifts up a standard, and He allows us, you know, to do miracles, or the Lord does miracles on our behalf. But, you know, it's been prophesied that, you know, some of us, you know, will be martyrs for Malaki Hawashah, and we got to remember that as it get closer and closer. One of the brothers, you know, was going into yesterday how eventually everything that we're saying, and we say this to ourselves first and foremost, everything that we're saying eventually is actually going to happen. You know, it's actually going to come to pass. This is, you know, not the hard part, Okay, it may have been, you know, a tad bit difficult coming out the world, you know, but this whole teaching, with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah upon us is not as hard as, you know, it will be when we're faced with our darkest hour, man. Okay, so we just got to remember what we're part of, man, and remember it's a great reward, and whatever we go through, it'll be worth it, and we got to believe that the Lord will be with us, um, every step of the way, man. We don't know what it's gonna feel like. You know, maybe the Lord will bless us and we won't feel any pain, you know, but we have to have that type of faith, and we have to have that type of strength and obedience, man, to be willing to get persecuted, talked about, all manners of wickedness, uh people are gonna say against us, man. That's not true. You gotta remember what Malaki Hawashai went through. Okay, I'm gonna bring all these precepts out. 2 Timothy 3:12. Yea, all that will live godly in Hamashiach, Yahawashai, will suffer persecution. And of course, man, every brother and sister got their own lot, man. You know, every brother and sister not gonna go through the same exact, you know, persecution. You know, we may be in different places. They may, Esau, Edom, and these heathens, they may be on slightly different things, man. But you better believe the Lord is not a man that he should lie, and the persecution is coming, man. Okay. But this pleases, you know, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. All right, so we gotta continue to push, and this is it, man. This is the big push. So we gotta, you know, make our calling and election sure. And this is, you know, the Lord goes into, like, through the Spirit, like the foolishness of preaching, you know, obviously, and we know, for the most part, like from the apostle, it's on down, like feeling like the elect could possibly be sealed already, or if not, you know, almost all sealed. That's just the spirit, you know, from the apostles on down have. And again, the Lord goes into the foolishness of preaching. So we know at this point, man, for the most part, we're beating a dead horse. We're just occupying, all right, until the Lord, you know, puts the spirit on us to not be on the highways and byways, man. But we know, right, the foolishness of preaching. We know what we look like out there in our garments, out there lifting our voice up like a trumpet. We look, you know, weird. We look crazy. They don't understand. They don't, you know, serve Yahweh Shema Shah for real. So we do look like a foreign entity, you know, out there, you know, screaming and condemning this place. And there, and eventually, man, the spotlight is gonna be, you know, on us, man. And then you got the Lord, of course, you know, setting up all these other false prophets, these other irrational, radical type of camps and stuff, man. They go out there with weapons, and they're out there, you know, doing a whole bunch of antics, man, and that's gonna, you know, aid in them, you know, persecuting us, man, making them niggas making us look bad. Just keep it real. But hey, this is all part of it, and we got to remember, you know, what we're part of, man. All right. Because it's about to get very, very serious, and this is the easy part. It's easy to, you know, do these lessons, man. All right, it's easy for the most part, especially if the brotherhood is strong, to go out on the highways and byways, man. You know, especially if people not really bothering you that much, man. All right, but hey, man, when it comes down to that persecution, and we real nice and sober, and we don't have you know, access to your yarn to kind of mend what we're going through, hey, man, that's gonna be our darkest hour. That's going into that hour of temptation, man. You know, when we don't take that MOTB, and who knows, man, hey, that MOTB is right around the corner. So guess what? Persecution is right around the corner with it, man. All right, and we got to remember everything that we talking, we got to live it, man. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, very, very serious, man. Very serious. All right, John 15:18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Gotta remember that, man. The world hated Malaki Hawashai. All right. The only, you know, the Lord had a remnant. All right. You gotta remember 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they wasn't with Yahweh. All right. They was all for, you know, putting the Lord to death. Okay. They was all for, you know, beating the Lord, spitting on the Lord. All right. Persecuting, mocking, you know, putting a crown of thorns on the Lord's head, man. Malaki Hawashai, all praises to the King, right? So we got to remember, if that's what Malaki Hawashai went through, every brother in his respective orders, we got to go through the same persecution to receive, this reward, this glory. We want to be kings. We want to be gods, princes, all right, rulers over these people, ruler over these nations. Well, this is a part of it, man. All right, and that's as men, hey, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord willing, hey, we show ourselves like that, man. All right, we show ourselves like that. I, for one, I'm kind of squeamish. I don't like to see blood. So how much more do I not want to see my own blood leaving my body, man, via that persecution that's coming? But Lord willing, I keep my faith, because we always say we do these videos for ourselves first and foremost, man. All right. Because it's coming, and all this talk, we're gonna have to stand on that, right? And the Lord will be with us, man. We got a certain level of faith, man. That's why the Lord been taking us through things. Some brothers have been locked up already to experience what it's like. Some brothers have been falsely accused, man. Mocked, scoffed. All right. Some brothers have had weapons pulled out on them. So we see that these people are crazy, and we see that these people want to hurt us, and we see that these people, will make up things about us, man. This is all to prepare us what we've all went through already, from the apostles on down. All right, because every brother's finna go through it, man. From the apostles on down, you see. All right, everything that the apostles, have testified that they have went through in their many years in his truth, all the way to the newest brother that has went through. Look, man, hey, every brother got his lot and his order in Malaki Hawashai. All right, but you best believe we're all, of the same lineage. All right, that brotherhood of Malaki Hawashai, and we're all going to be persecuted, man, one way or another, man. All right, some brothers more, some brothers less. Some brothers, will escape. Some brothers got to be martyrs, man. And we don't know what our lot is yet, so we just got to have faith and continue to put our best foot forward by making our calling and election sure, man. All right, scary times, man, as it gets closer and closer. Now, we're not scared like the world, but we are, circumspect, man. All right, we are watching diligently, and we're waiting on this man to make his move, man. All right. We're not clueless, and we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. Like, we're not ignorant to that propaganda out there. We don't believe a word about none of this protest that's going on, so-called protest, man. All right, believe it. They're full of it, man. Just like they was full of it any other time that people be out there protesting for whatever, freaking crisis actors and all that. It's the spirit of the Lord. All right, it's always conspiracy theory this, conspiracy theories that, man. No, man, that's the spirit of the Lord that is revealing the truth, man. All right. Everything that's done in the light shall come I always say that everything that's done in the dark shall come to the light, man. And these people making up these false narratives is coming to the light, man. But guess what? They're still gonna find some type of way, all right, to flip the script on us and make it seem like we're the worst thing that has walked upon this earth, man. All right, plenty of articles coming out, and we can just hear the propaganda of them trying to put that spotlight on us, man. And those guys on the highways and byways standing on the corners, shouting and cursing and things like that, man. So we just got to be ready, and you just keep your mind focused on the goal, man. You keep your mind focused on Yahweh by Shem Hawashai, and you keep your eyes focused on the reward, man, because these things will help. If you think about the reward, man, I'm not gonna cap y'all down. Keep thinking about what you're gonna get when they start the persecution, when they start the false accusations. Just keep thinking, this is it. We told them this, and it's actually happening. So we got to be, Lord willing, those men. All right, and this has to be true when we see them. Like I said, we're calling out the play. Y'all are gonna persecute us. All right, y'all are gonna persecute us. Y'all are gonna persecute us. So when it happens, man, boom, that's your sign. It's on. All right, it's on. And ain't no telling what's going to happen, man. But we know we're going to attain a victory, whether we be martyrs or whether the Lord allows us to escape these things, man. All right. Either way, we win, because soon as it starts, man, we know, hey, the Lord's words are true. And we believe that, and we see it now, through the spirit of power. Oh, yeah, how about Shema Hawashai? All right. 1 Peter chapter 4. Let me see. 1 Peter 4. 1 Peter 4 and 12, behold, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. All right. So that fiery trial going into, Jacob's trouble period, and, our personal and collective persecution, man. Don't think it's strange. The Lord warned us of these things. The Lord told us if the world hated him, all right, they gonna hate us too. All right. But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And that's going into, if we suffer with Yahweh Shai, we shall also reign with Yahweh Shai. All right, there it is, man. So that's a part of, a prerequisite of being a God. All right, and ruling over these people. We got to be persecuted. This is the will of Yahweh. All right, hey, man. Ain't no game. Malak Yahweh Shai inquired of his father Yahweh, concerning his darkest hour. If there be some other way, let this cup pass from me. Paraphrasing, but that means, in the king's flesh, when he was a man on earth. I mean, he's in the flesh, man. And knowing that you finna go through what you finna go through, that's not a light thing, man. And it's a scary thing, man. And we'll have our moment, We'll have our moment, but it's pleasing, to Yahweh, and that's all that matters, man. And we got to remember, hey, this is what he wants. All right, and it's a very, very scary thing, but this is what he wants, man. This is the reality of who we serve, the reality of Yahweh. All right, it pleased Yahweh. All right, to bruise Yahweh Shai, man. So again, the king then told us time and time again, we're not greater than him. All right. So you just be prepared, man. You got to be prepared, built up, man. And I believe through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemashah, I believe that if we are, those men, we keep our integrity, our faith, I believe we're all going to do a very, very good job, man. We all want to please Yahweh Shemashah. We want to impress the Lord, with our faith and obedience and our strength and our bravery. So we just got to pray for these things, man. Do the things to make our calling and election sure. Stay prayed up, and we're doing that. Through the Spirit, we're engaged in prophecy, pretty all day, every day. This is our lives revolve around this truth, man, all day, every day. From the time we get up, y'all know what it is. We're praising, thanking Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, praying, asking for protection. All right, as the day goes, brothers is just listening to videos, making videos, and then whether they go out on the weekends or during the week, man, brothers go out on the highways and byways, man, and we're trying to cover all sectors, man, before this thing starts, man. We want to be, protected as much as possible, man, because hey, we can feel it in shit, man. That talk is a whole lot different from that action, man. It's a whole lot different. I think on my first deployment when I was 18 years old, man, and I got on that plane. I was in a combat unit, man, but I was like 17, 18 years old, headed to Iraq, and it was all fun and games going through training, and but when I got on that plane, all right, I'm not, look, man. That was the one of the darkest hours that I've experienced, and I thank the Lord for letting me experience what that feels like, because I had like a panic attack. I couldn't move, I could barely breathe, and I was in that seat, that plane seat, shaking. All right, again, there's no women on this trip, man. I know all these, yeah. That's not who the Lord had me with, not the unit that I was in. All right, I was with some real deal guys, man. All right, and like. I'm saying that to say reality is a whole lot different. You know what I mean? You get on there, you go through all this training, and it's all fun and games until you really on that plane knowing where you finna go, man. So, when we're persecuted, thrown in these prisons, these camps, etc., out on the run in the wilderness to have you, man, it's going to get real dark for you, all right? You just got to remember, man, keep your eyes focused on that light, and that light being Malak Yahweh Shai. All right, this wasn't not to understand everything that we're saying on a daily basis. Hey, we got to remember it during our darkest hour, man, because I got on that plane, man, and I couldn't even move, man. I was just shaking, and I'm next to some grown men. Remember, I'm 18-year-old skinny kid out of GA, and I'm on here with some grown men, and I'm trying not to let the dude next to me, see me shaking like this, and I'm trying to hold it back, but I just, it was the worst. I can't even put it into, words, how I felt, going over there, because I went from AIT, basic training to AIT, and when I got to my unit, man, they was already packing up, so I was really new to the military, as well, man, not just being 18, but I was a few months into the military before, I went to this combat zone, man. And it was very, very, terrifying feeling being on that plane, not knowing what you was getting ready to experience, man. You see the movies. We've seen plenty of war movies. I seen war movies growing up, and you see the news. My dad went, my uncle went, but it's a whole lot different when it's your turn, you see. And that's gonna be the same type of emotions that we're gonna go through, when it's our turn to, drink of that cup of Malaki Hawashai, that cup of indignation, that cup of persecution, man, unrighteousness that the Lord Yahweh is gonna send upon us, man, to try us. And we just gotta remember, man, keep the faith, man. Remember the faith, that Malaki Hawashai had, that our brothers, had, that had to be martyrs for this, man. Okay. And Lord willing, man, I do another lesson, revisiting, how some of, our brothers got put to sleep, all right, for serving Malaki Hawashai, man, and the seriousness of it. We be balanced in this thing, man. There's and you have to be. We look at aspects of the kingdom, man. We can't wait to have multiple wives and our children in glorified bodies. But being balanced, man, we got to, deal with the harsh, harshness of the scriptures, and that being this persecution. All right, this is the hard stuff, man. All that have multiple wives, that's the easy stuff. Playing with Eve and all that, that's easy. All right, but this is for us, man. All right, this is for us. First Peter, chapter 3, verse 17. For it is better, if the will of Yahweh be so, that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing. We're all gonna go through it. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're gonna go through pain. All right, they're gonna know death by pain. All right, they're gonna be put to shame, and especially them women. But the Lord is telling us here, it is better, all right, if it be the will of Yahweh, all right, that we suffer for well doing. That means, for righteousness sake, man, rather than getting punished. Because again, everybody's gonna go through it. Everybody's gonna catch it, man. Just like everybody now here in Babylon the Great, especially, is feeling the financial crunch. All right, now, of course, the Lord have us at a certain low, level, if you will, in relation to being rich. That we're not in relation to Esau Edom. You know how he's been living that fatness of the earth, man, versus the Israelites, man. We've been living kind of, broke. We've been broke. We've been saying we broke, man. That's a phrase that we know all too well. I'm broke, nigga. Lottery ticket. Remember that movie? But a lot of these heathen nations, man, starting with that wicked nation Esau Edom, man, they don't know nothing about that. And when they realize that they're broke, all right, they're gonna freak out, and there's gonna be a whole nother issue that we're gonna have to deal with. We're really up against it, man. And again, if your own family, we gotta pray for these things. We pray for our families, of course, but we don't know what their lot is either, and we do know they're not making their calling in election sure. So hey, it's like we have no idea. All right, but they could be your own enemy as well, man. Members of your own household. These women that certain brothers have that think that they on some ride or die type stuff, man, and they're gonna be there and holding it down, and they're gonna keep integrity and faith. Well, pressure bust pipes, man. All right, so hey, when this persecution starts, we'll see. We'll see. But hey, time will tell it, man. All right, let's go to Luke. Luke chapter 6 and verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company. And that goes into your family too, man. All right, friends, so-called friends, so-called family. All right, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake, man. So there it is again, man. We're just the Lord reiterating these things, man. Blessed are ye. This is a blessing to be persecuted for righteousness, for Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai, man. And people are gonna, call us wicked, evil, terrorists, etc., etc. And we gotta be able to stand on our faith. Again, Lord willing, man, once this thing starts off, man, we out of here. All right. It's just a matter of time, man. The Lord not gonna let this thing, tarry too long when the persecution start, man. All right. We got to go through what we got to go through, endure, and we'll be home free, man. Straight up. We know, Lord willing, we be those men and women, of this remnant, man. We'll be home soon. And that's all we got to think about, man. Just keep your eye. That's going to help, keep your eye focused on the reward, man. And that'll help, man. When they call themselves, I don't want to get too graphic, but torture ain't no joke, man. And they be doing that, and they want to do that, to the men of the Lord, man. And we got to remember the seriousness of serving Malaki Hawashai. It's all fun and games, debating and going back and forth, like how this thing kind of started in the early days of the prophets being out there, and when the council, all the different councils popping up, it was kind of fun, then being with the brothers, going out to eat with the brothers sometimes, fellowshipping with the brothers, after camp, or throughout the week. And man, it's gonna be a whole lot different, man, during Jacob's trouble, man, during that hour of temptation, man. All right, we could be alone, could be with other brothers, who knows, man. But hey, that crunch is coming, man. That MOTB is coming, and we gotta be ready. This is very, very serious, and hey, that's just what it is, And I'll leave it at this, man. In John 13 and 16. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. And who is our Lord? Starting with Yahweh, but of course, the Malak Yahweh being our sacrificial lamb, all right, that made atonement for, the transgressions of the Lord's hopeful elect, all right. Not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. And, Malak Yahweh always reverence Yahweh, was in control. Yahweh had a will, all right, and he had to fulfill that will, do this work, all right, and make that ultimate sacrifice for us, hopefully. And then we gotta, do our just do, and again, this is a class of the gods, all right. The Lord said, ye are gods. We got to remember that and keep that mentality, man, as you get closer and closer and they want to get crazy and crazy. Well, we're going to get bolder and bolder, saying that, hey, Lord willing, hey, man, we are gods. So y'all do what y'all do, and y'all going to turn this back into gods, man, via prophecy, all right? And it's going to manifest. And then when Esau finished, just like, all praise with all humility, all right, and hope that we're of these men of Yahweh Hashem Shai. The Lord say you're not going to meet them as a man, all right? All right, so, hey, Lord willing, we come in that lot. And when they do their persecution and it's all finished, and we won't meet them as a man neither, man. All right, we get changed and we get them new bodies. Hey, they going to wish they never would have even looked our way, man. All right. So with that, I'm going to leave it. Just this real seriousness of the situation, man, because it's coming. You saw, man, I think, what, 2,000 people, they say, you know how the lies go. But that's the narrative, though, that it's a whole bunch of people out here doing a whole bunch of protesting and yelling and screaming out on the streets, and it's we're not going for it. That's the narrative. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.